Straw and Rifkind deny cash for access wrongdoing. Former Foreign Secretaries Jack Straw and Sir Malcolm Rifkind say they have broken no rules after being secretly filmed apparently offering their services to a private company for cash. Reporters for the Daily Telegraph and Channel 4's dispatches posed as staff of a fake Chinese firm. Mr. Straw said he had fallen into a very skillful trap, while Sir Malcolm said his comments had been silly. The MPs have referred themselves to Parliament's standards watchdog. It is claimed that Mr. Straw was recorded describing how he operated under the radar and had used his influence to change EU rules on behalf of a firm which paid him £60,000 a year. On the subject of payment, Mr. Straw is heard saying, "So normally, if I'm doing a speech or something, it's £5,000 a day, that's what I charge." Sir Malcolm is reported to have claimed he could arrange useful access to every British ambassador in the world. The Conservative MP for Kensington and Chairman of Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee was recorded saying, "I am self-employed, so nobody pays me a salary. I have to earn my income." He said his usual fee for half a day's work was somewhere in the region of £5,000 to £8,000. Line break analysis by Robin Brandt, BBC political correspondent. Jack Straw and Sir Malcolm Rifkind have both referred themselves to Parliament's Commissioner for Standards. A full investigation could take months. But there the similarities end. Mr. Straw has been suspended from the Parliamentary Labour Party at his own request. That Miliband is unlikely to feel much sympathy for the retiring MP. Sir Malcolm is not facing any suspension. He told me the allegations had no bearing on his very significant role as chairman of the parliamentary committee that oversees the work of Mile 5 and Mile 6. Downing Street has not offered any view on that. The source said it is for the Commons and other members of that committee to decide. Line break. Both men defended themselves on appearances on BBC Radio 4's Today program on Monday morning. Sir Malcolm said he had nothing to be embarrassed about. He said the allegations were unfounded and he vowed to fight them with all my strength. He said he had never accepted an offer from the fake firm, saying it was a preliminary discussion about what they had in mind. Sir Malcolm is paid £67,000 a year, and he said telling the company he was not paid a salary was a silly thing to say. "Of course I receive a salary as a member of Parliament, but I was referring to my business interests, from none of which I receive a salary. I receive payment for services I provide," he said. Mortified about 200 MPs have business interests, he said, and everything he earns is detailed in the Register of Members' Interests. Sir Malcolm is due to meet the Conservative Chief Whip later on Monday. He said he would not stand down as Security Committee chairman, unless his committee colleagues wanted him to. "One's got nothing to do with the other," he said. "None of the matters are remotely to do with intelligence or security." He said he had a letter from Channel 4, accepting he had not offered access to any privileged or secret information. Mr. Straw has suspended himself from the Parliamentary Labour Party, and the party said it was aware of the disturbing allegations against him. The Blackburn MP, who had already announced his intention to stand down in May, said he was mortified that he had fallen into the reporter's trap, but that he had said nothing improper. He told Today the language he used had been not necessarily wrong but could be taken out of context. Advisory Board. During his 36 years as an MP he had been absolutely scrupulous about observing the rules, he said, adding that the entire discussion had been around what he would do after leaving Parliament. He acknowledged he should have postponed the conversation until after May 7. Earlier, Mr. Straw said he had taken on one consultancy role since his ministerial career ended in 2010, with commodity suppliers, Ed&F Man Holdings Limited, saying it was done in accordance with the MPS Code of Conduct. Sir Malcolm and Mr. Straw both said they had requested copies of the recording transcripts, but that Channel 4 and the Telegraph had not provided them. The undercover reporters had created a fictitious communications agency called PMR, which they said was based in Hong Kong. A statement on Channel 4's website said 12 MPs with significant outside interests were invited to apply for jobs with PMR, which had plenty of money and wanted to hire influential British politicians to join its advisory board. "Not all politicians are for hire," the statement added. Half of those approached didn't respond. One said he wanted to check us out in Hong Kong, so we took it no further, and another said he just wasn't that interested. Of the others, two stood out: Sir Malcolm Rifkind and Jack Straw.